All right, what's up, YouTube or anybody that's watching? So, real quick, I want to. So I'm gonna start doing these monthly or before the month comes out, and essentially, like, my name is Coach Felix. I'm from Fitness Grind and Performance, where I do a brick and mortar, where we do transformational workout programs in a very hybrid, high dynamic, very high intense setting, but then also really focusing on mental health, spiritual connection, well-being, business, etc. So, but this is my site, fgperformance.com. Here's a URL. And then what I'm going to talk about is my free ebook that I am giving anybody who wants to, have a guide on starting off their roadmap for 2024, right? So mind, body, and spirit. Now, you'll go to my website. Obviously, you'll go here. I got some blurb explaining what it's going to help you do. Balancing your life, mastering your mind, redefining your body step. This isn't going to solve all your problems or just give you the definitive answer right now, but it's going to give you a blueprint to find whatever that is for you that pushes you towards getting results, right? So get out of this idea and this mentality of like, I need to resolution this, resolution that. I got to conquer it. Like, stop. Too many distractions, too much fluff, too much BS, right? Just focus on simple results, right? Simple things that you can do right now that's going to get you to win and get you closer to your goals, right? So you'll come here, explain why you need to, kind of why you should use this, right? You'll put your name, your email, phone number. If you want to receive some content from me, click on this. If you don't, unclick it. But obviously, if you're going to come back every single month and see what I have to say or offer, then it's here. This is free. It doesn't cost you a damn thing, right? Every single month, there's a new topic, there's a new journey, a new process that kind of builds off of each other every single month. I've never done this before where I shoot a video live and then I kind of like share it and then you can do with what you want with it. And I am a coach, so I am going to follow up with you. I am going to check in. I'm not going to haggle you. I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to beg you. I'm not going to do any of that stuff, right? If you want help and support to change, we'll do it. If you don't, then you don't, right? But this is what it is, right? So you put your information here. Here's some results, a picture of me, whatever, background, etc. Once you do this, it's going to take you to thank you spot. It's going to thank you for downloading, and then you're done. You're going to receive an email. In that email, it's going to take you to downloading this form, right? Or this ebook, right? When you download that, it's going to look like this, right? So this is what it's going to look like. Now, once you get here, right? And let me see if I can put this in like more of a full screen. Bear with me here. View. Okay. Nah, whatever. So we're just going to view from here. Okay. Well, so here's cover page. You can print this out. Use it. It's dope. Okay. So, obviously here's a welcome. Hello, 2024. It's good. I'm obviously gonna ask you some questions. Would you want to be fitter? If you want to send me a text message, email me. Here's my studio location. So people resonate with this term balance, which is why I put balance. But for me, it's more about, I want to make sure that I'm actually, let's go center stage here. Camera. Okay, good. I want to make sure that I'm recording the whole screen. Okay, perfect. It's more about sustainability, right? Like there's no such thing as balance because there's going to be areas in your life that's going to take more attention than others. And so you want to know that's happening, but you don't want to discredit or minimize the other things in your life that you've got to work on too, right? So, my audio good? Okay. So just keep that in mind, right? So the idea is to find this synergy where you're able to win in all areas of your life while you're increasing the specific thing you're focused on. So for example, if your relationship and your marriages and when you're with your family is on fire, right? But you're fat and out of shape, you got diabetes, get on your fitness journey, eat better, get hydrated, do what you got to do to fix that. However, don't disregard your wife and kids, right? So know that they still exist and it's not just about you. Although the fitter and healthier you become, right, your family's going to benefit from it. Or maybe bring them into the mix. If you're a business owner and your business is tanking, but your body's on fire, you probably won't be looking at this. But if you are looking at it and your business is tanking, then this is going to be a different conversation for you, right? Like, there's some things, some strategies you got to work on in your business to help improve it, right? Which we can completely do offline if you're interested. But this is going to be, a spiritual and a fitness game right now that we're going to talk about. So how is this going to help you? Well, it's going to help you set goals and priorities that help you restore that balanced sweet spot. Okay, so you replace that with synergy. Sweet spot, right? So find, somewhere where you're not diluting too much information in one area and messing up the other area. You got to identify the different parts of your life that needs attention and care, right? So this is key. Identifying this part. You're going to pinpoint, how well you're doing in those areas, right? So you're doing good. You can do a measuring scale 1 to 5, 5 being amazing, 1 being whack. Or you can just go A, B, C, whatever, right? Just, Then you're going to create a plan and bring it all into balance, right? Or bring it all into synergy, right? That's another key term you can use, synergy, because the idea is all of them could be on fire, right? We just got to identify where the leaky buckets are, patch them up, and then just, start grinding. Just some testimonials, again, that you can go back and see, that I'm not full of crap, whatever. But anyway, so the old way of reaching balance, right? So like a lot of us, there's a big conversation with this have it all lifestyle, have it all. And although that's great to really, kind of follow that premise, the reality is like, it's not really realistic. It's not real, right? I mean, it's all perspective, but the thing is that, right, like all these good intentions behind the phase, the truth is having it all can mean we end up struggling to find balance in this stuff, right? Because, we're too focused on the wrong things and not focused on the things that get us to want to move, create, live, love, right? Laugh, the things that are more meaningful. So health and wellness starts to suffer, relationships, the environment, right? Like you bring work home and then you get into arguments with your wife. That's my big issue, right? I like to bring work home. Your career or your passion, maybe you start losing that. Your finances start to suffer. Spiritually, you get disconnected from God, right? You stop reading your Bible if you believe in God, or maybe you don't believe in God, or maybe you try to do this and you stop, right? So like, learning, that starts to suffer. Maybe you start to like peel away from self-development, or you had a coach and maybe you quit working with your coach, or, you stop doing leadership work. I mean, like all these things can suffer because you're too focused on this have it all, as opposed to improving step by step what you currently have, right? So instead of being fulfilled, we feel overwhelmed and exhausted, which is not enough to make us, win, right? So we feel like giving up, like ask when we hang it up. So there's a way better way of doing this, obviously. So new way, right? Looking at balance, but looking at more synergy. So there's 3 things that I believe are the most important. You hear a lot of people start talking about this stuff too, right? But this is my approach. So I believe everything starts with the spirit. So, right? And the spirit could be mindset. It could be spiritually, habits. It could be those things, right? So like, even though I have mine here, I separate these because like what our mind perceives a lot of time, like for example, the heart, right? Generally, there's good people that want to do, some good things. But if that individual is put in a position to have to be selfish in relation to supporting someone else, 9 out of 10 times they're going to be selfish and focus on themselves. Now, in some cases, to some that might not be a bad thing, but I'm going to tell you why that's a bad thing. Because if it's all about you, then why are you so focused on what everybody else thinks? Because if it was really about you, then what people say don't matter, right? So if we flip the script, right, and the reason why I say that is like a lot of people will start working out and exercising because they hate the way they look. And they hate the way they look because somebody told them they look whack, or they went on Instagram and started looking at, other people on Instagram that look good and they want to look like them. So now, because they want to look like them, they hate the way they look, right? So it's all about you, but really it's about them. So what if it was more about the reason why you want to be fitter and healthier is because you want to have more joyous memories with your family, right? Or you want to be able to be more active again, right? Or you wanted to, spend more time with friends, playing sports or whatever, right? And no longer becomes about you, it becomes about them, right? But because you wanting to connect with them, right? Family member, friends, loved ones, whoever, right? You get what you want anyway. And it all, again, obviously it starts with your body. So these 3 things for me are big because when you can't explain why you're depressed or you're stressed or why like it's just not working the way you want it to, that's because the spirit is lacking. Like there's something in your spirit that's suffering that you're not paying attention to, right? And I'm not going to get deep into this because it's for another conversation. I'm going to shoot some more of these videos throughout the month, right? Explaining these topics. But there, there's something lacking in your spirit that's not fulfilling what you feel in your mind, and your body is suffering in result of it. Okay. This is the reason why people drink, because they're stressed out. Oh my God, I'm so stressed out. I need to have a glass of wine to relax. Well, you know what can also help you relax? Taking a walk. Walking outside for about 30 minutes, you'll be relaxed. Trust me. Listening to, some affirmation stuff off of YouTube, that'll relax you as well. But we revert to the alcohol because it's quick, it's fast, wine, and we're associated with it, right? So obviously, if it worked, you wouldn't have to drink to de-stress every single day. So anyway, here's a couple of examples. Depending on your job or career, body, right? Finding a balance and kind of that mind, body, spirit zones, right? So finding that synergy in the middle that'll kind of go in all areas. Provide you with resources, right? For shelter, food, money. So, more money if your body's on fire. Your mind, you'll challenge yourself and grow more. Spirit, there'll be more meaning and satisfaction and fulfillment in what you do, right? And this really kind of comes into fruition when you're serving other people and doing things for other people. Like there's a sense of fulfillment that you receive that you can't really get by just serving yourself only. There isn't. Anybody that says otherwise is full of crap. And if you happen to be that lucky one that can do that, please tell me and teach me so I can teach my people. So exercise helps with obviously body, improving your strength, your well-being, your sleep patterns, your health. Just makes you stronger, makes you more resilient, mind, brain health, focus, and memory. And your spirit just puts you in a better mood, right? You just feel better. And when you feel better, you want to do better, right? So that's why those three things are important. Now, how do we check it, right? So here's a little quick checkup. So this sheet, it's a simple sheet, right? Take some time to think about the actions that you're taking in each area right now. So your body, mind, and spirit. So what is it that you want to focus on improving going into the first quarter of 2024, right? You're going to notice, right, as I wrote here, that there's some areas that you're doing well at and some areas that you suck at. That is okay, because that's why we're doing this. The cool thing about that is that the areas that you're excelling at, right, you can find the key principal things that you're doing that are helping you like blow up in those areas, and you can use those same principles in the areas that you're not doing good at, right? So that's the cool thing about writing this stuff down and seeing, and then so you write it down, what you're doing good, what you're not doing good at, and then you're able to really see, okay, why am I doing so good in these areas and not these areas? And then whatever the things are that you're doing in these areas that you're doing really well at, you can take those principles and put it on the areas that you're not doing really good at, right? And then try to level them up and get them both up. So write your actions here in a notebook, or it could be here, put it here or in a notebook. It could be tempting to do this exercise in your head. Do not do this. Do not do it in your head, because your mind is going to switch this around and make it easy for you to execute. And if you do that, you will not get the most out of this exercise. So don't do that. Write it down, because what you put on paper, right, means that you have to think it. So you have to spend some time thinking. The fact that you're taking action on that thought forces you to really hone in on what that issue is or activity or whatever the case may be. And it lets you firsthand see where you're excelling and where you need to ramp up your efforts, right? So this is going to expose some things for you that you need to see. So once you get that, then the idea is finding synergy, right? I use balance because it's what people resonate with, right? But eventually we'll talk about synergy here in the weeks to come, and you'll see that transition over if you follow along. So from the exercise previous page, once you do that, any of the three zones, body, mind, and spirit, right? What areas need attention? Is there a zone you want to give extra attention to this year to help you reach specific goals, weight loss, health transformation, etc.? Some common examples: if you've been focused on work, you might be heavy in the mind area and need to give spirit and body some attention. Or if you've been working on health and fitness goal, you might have a strong body emphasis, but need to give spirit and mind more focus, right? We're going to gravitate to what we feel the most comfortable and confident in doing, right? And that's you. And if you have that area unlocked, you don't want to negate it or disregard it, but you want to like not let these areas hang. And I didn't include like relationships and business into this, but I will in the future, right? But right now, everybody's focus is wanting to look good and feel good. No one really cares about business unless you're a business owner like myself. But those areas get affected if these areas aren't on track, right? So we'll get into that as the weeks to come. But here's some ideas to move the needle forward once you kind of address those focus, right? So you're going to use these just to spark up some more, some more ideas to improve the balance or the synergy in those areas, right? In your mind, body, and spirit. So find a way of meditating, right? I like to do prayer meditations where I just read some scripture. I study and then I'll pray. And then sometimes, not all the time, but it is a focus of mine this year, I'll sit in silence, right? And just kind of just be. And I don't do as much as I need to. I keep a journal. I'm a journal freak, and I use the Remarkable tab. That's what I use for my journal. No, this ain't no paid advertising. I just love the Remarkable tab. That's what I use because I'm a big, you can't see my journals, so I have journals everywhere. So keep a journal. Read or listen to personal growth books. I like to listen to, I just started listening to personal affirmation type stuff. I am not a big fan of, you are amazing. It's going to be a great day. You are powerful. No one can take away your mind. As you can see, I'm very hypertensive and active and excited, and that slow stuff just gets me, slows me down. But that's probably what I need. I need to slow the F down, right? So this has been, I've been listening to, some positive personal affirmations daily off of YouTube, and it's helping me slow down. Beginning exercise program. Obviously, I'm a strength coach / transformation coach. So, I've got this on lock, but this helps. Feed your body healthy whole foods. I like to say single ingredient foods. What does that mean, Coach or Felix? Well, single ingredient food is steak, chicken, eggs, fish, sweet potato, broccoli, right? It's a single ingredient. There isn't like a multiple ingredients into it, right? So like if this was 7 ingredients in one and I eat it, that's not a single ingredient food. So you can start there. Keep it simple. Single ingredient foods, high protein, good healthy fats, moderate carbs. That's my preference, or no carbs. And do it 3 to 4 days a week, or 3 to 4 times a day, 7 days a week. Keep it super simple. Keep it super simple, or simple stupid, whatever. And just keep doing it. Let's see. Spend some time in nature. So go for walks. Well, make some time for sleep. Obviously, make some time for sleep. That's kicker. 6 to 8 hours is what's recommended. I sleep 5 to 6 hours. That is my sleep cycle. That's what works for me. A lot of experts will say that's BS. That's not enough. Well, I've been doing that for 15 to 20 years, and that's maybe longer. Who knows? I'm still breathing and kicking and living, and cognitively I'm doing okay. And so, it works for me. Make time for sleep. Take a day off from your devices. So completely disconnect from technology. Spend time in nature. Go for walks. Go hiking. Go whatever. Go to the beach if you're by it. Do breathing exercise like box breathing. I don't do this, but when I looked up breathing exercises, box breathing is the most important. Well, not most important. Excuse me. It ended up being the most popular, and it's quick. Right, it's 5 minutes. Deliberately create a new habit. Right, so pick up something to do on purpose. Right, which like reading 5 pages a day. Taking your dog for a walk if you don't do that now. Right, just like be deliberate, be intentional. Stretching, in-depth stretching, and then pretend you're your best friend and do something nice for yourself, right? So give yourself permission, right, to do something good for you, right? Win, something to win. Okay, so plan. Now we're going to go to the planning stage. Now it's time. So this is all the preparation stage. Now we go into planning, right? Because this idea, you got to take action. So it's time to action. Come up with 1 to 3 steps you can begin now to bring your mind, body, and spirit into balance in 2024, right? The key great goal is setting to use SMART goals. SMART, this is a cool, simple concept. I forgot who created this. I can't think of the name. But anyway, so which means your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound, right? So be very specific. For example, I want to lose 10 pounds, right? Now I want to lose some weight. Or I want to lose more than 15, right? More than 15, that's general. 15 is it, 15 is that, it's it, right? I want to drop 3% body fat. I want to get stronger. That's not specific. I want to add 20 pounds to my deadlift. That's specific. Measurable. Can it be measured, right? So like, I'm going to lose 15 pounds. Can that be measured? Well, you step on a scale, I weigh 275. If I step on a scale and I'm 15 pounds lighter, bam, measurable. Achievable. Can it be done, right? This is more of a perspective term, in my opinion, more of opinionated, because like, you know if you can do it. So I'm 275, 13.5% body fat, and I'm 6'3". Now, if I say I want to lose 100 pounds, I would never say that, but but if I say that in the next 30 days, I mean, there's been some crazy ass people to do this, but is that achievable? Nah, not really, but it can be. So is it relevant? Meaning, is it relevant towards what I want? Like, is it for me? Is it, is like, if I want to lose 15 pounds and I can measure on a scale and it's achievable, right? But the reason why I'm doing it is because my daughter is playing volleyball. I mean, I don't like, that has nothing to do with me losing 15 pounds, right? So make it relevant for you. And then is it time bound, meaning put a time frame on it. So I'm going to lose 50. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to lose 15 pounds in the next, I'm going to lose 15 pounds in the next 90 days. And I would step on a scale to track it. And I'll put it in the app to know that I'm doing it. And I want to do that because I want to lose. I want to be able to fit in my, jeans or shorts or t-shirt or whatever, right? That I like wearing. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. And here's some examples in the bottom. I just want to give you something a little bit. Again, all this stuff is in here. Take some time to read it, go through it, and it's just going to really help you, right? So here's some examples in each area, in your mind, body, and your spirit, right? So mind, I want to improve my daily focus by not mindlessly scrolling on social media during the day. Body, I want to get stronger and fitter by working out 30 minutes, 5 days a week. I want to nurture my spiritual well-being by going to meditation class once a week, right? Measurable. How am I going to measure that? I'm going to track the number of days per week you achieve your goal by budgeting on the amount of time you want to spend on social. For example, if I want to minimize the time on social, I'm only going to spend 20 minutes. That is it. So if I go above 20 minutes, I messed up, right? So once I hit 20 minutes, I'm done. That's how I measure it. My body, keep a record of your workouts. Notice what kind of exercise you did and how long your workout lasted. Again, spirit, hold yourself accountable for attending your class or your training session with your coach or your trainer, right? Make your goals realistically achievable. Here's some achievable examples. Relevant, meaningful to you. Relevancy means to you, not to somebody else, not for somebody else, not for your wife or your husband, your kids, for you. They will win and benefit anyway. And then number 5, specific deadline to help create accountability, right? Cap it, how long, and then obviously, meditating, and tracking the meditation itself, right? So smart. Goal planner worksheet. So below here, and here's a quick tip. If it works best if you set up 4 to 6 week timeline and then reevaluate, right? So like, that's why, even though this is January, February's gonna be completely different. You're not gonna know what it's gonna be like until you see the next video, but it's gonna reflect. It may or may not be in like food and planning and meal prepping. Who knows? We'll see. But I might tap into mental health more stuff as we go. But it's either gonna be meal prepping and or mental health. We'll see. Or decluttering. Maybe taking some crap out of your life that's kind of like I might do that in March. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so your life balance smart. Here's a little quick goal planner worksheet that you can use, right? Again, you're making a commitment with yourself. For each goal you're setting in the blanks, I will be specific, how long, time frame, sample. Here's a sample of it. And then boom, you're going to do this yourself. You're going to write it down. Print this out. Write this in your journal. Just follow this guideline because it's simple and it's easy. And then if you're ready to kick it up a notch, obviously here is my offer to you. Of course, I'm giving an offer because I'm here to help if you need some help. But you can go to my site. You can check out some stuff. If you hear, the Daily Grind is my online program. Personal training, obviously here in my location. But similar, whether you're online or in person, you're going to get amazing results. And it's just a review from Arlene, who's a rock star. But anyway, I hope this helps. I hope this brings some clarity. I hope this gives you somewhat of a roadmap to really kind of like start the process of really finally solidifying your 2024 transformation in 2024. But more importantly, like eliminating the yo-yo, right? That's the key, and you do this by creating sustainability, right? and targeting those 3 areas: mind, body, and spirit. This is the key. Most people just focus on the body part and then neglect the spirit and then neglect the mind. And you need all 3, right? Again, this is the start of the transformational roadmap, right? I'm not talking about the complete transformation. You need nutrition, you need accountability, you need, those are other areas, right? We'll tap into that later. But again, the idea here is to keep it simple. How do you start the process of improving the body, right? By identifying, what's lacking in your spirit and what's lacking in your mind. And I hope this helps you. If there's any questions, any complaints, concerns, please leave them in the comments below. I will try my best to respond. This is my first YouTube video like this, and I hope it brings you some clarity and some encouragement to truly, finally change your life for the better forever. Until our next video, God bless you. Keep grinding, train hard, and above all else, love God in the process. Peace.